All right, hello everybody to another wonderful day. And today, what I'm going to show you is I had approximately 2000, I think it was 2004 energy or something. Last night I left it with, and I left the auto clicker on all night with 100% win rate on Dragon. So it's going to do the 2000 plus whatever. Let's see, what time is it now? It's about 10 hours worth of auto clicking or so, plus whatever the refreshing energy would have been during that time, maybe 2200, 2300, whatever the math is. I don't know. And so what we're going to see now is we are going to see exactly how much gear we got based upon that, and then we're going to break it down to do the math and everything. So without further ado, here we go. There it is. So we got how many? First, let's see how many pieces we got. Let's just kind of scroll through and take a little bit of a gander here. Okay, seems high on the Avenge. Wow, a lot. Look at that Frost gear. Days, Avenging, and Stalwart. I don't see a lot of legendary pieces. A lot of Frost. A couple legendary pieces. Let's go ahead and break down the numbers now. So what I'm going to do is I'll count out exactly how many of each there is, and I will break it down. All right, and one of the most important things to look at first is the amount of 6-star versus 5-star, whereas out of the sample size we had, I pulled 29.1% drop rate on 6-star gear. So out of 100, for instance, we would have 29 6-star and 71 5-star drops approximately. We're going to break down the gear sets as they drop. What I did is take all of the gear and figure out the percentage drop rate for each set that I have received. This is the data you'll see here. Each of these represent a percentage. So for instance, accuracy would be 7% drop rate out of all of the gear I've farmed. Speed would be 15, lifesteal 9, destroy toxic 13, and etc. This data shows that Frost has dropped the most for me, while Avenging has dropped the least, and speed, lifesteal, destroy, they're kind of right in the middle there. This next one's pretty simple. This is the Rarity breakdown. This shows exactly the drop rate of Dragon 20 when it comes to the rarities. Now, you don't get uncommons and commons. You only get rare, epic, and legendary. I got a 65% drop rate of rare, and the remaining was split between epic and legendaries. Interestingly enough, it was actually 23 and 22% respectively, with legendary taking it out by 1%. Once again, these are variable drop rates, so they may vary depending upon you, but this is what I experienced. I also received about 3.5 million silver during the time that I farmed this, and that is after I sold some, but kept some as well, which means I was approximately receiving about 25,000 silver, ended up being the average for when the pieces I was selling. Okay, so 3.5 million silver means approximately per run I was getting 25,000 on top of the 11,000 silver. So you can say in 100 runs or so, you can probably expect right around 4 million silver at the highest, but you're probably more like 3 million out of 100 runs, maybe 2.5 on the lowest end. I'll also do a breakdown of like showing you all the gear I got and their primaries and, you know, all the good stuff. But to be honest, I only got one piece that was even remotely usable out of that entire thing, and that's a pair of 6-star Stalwart speed boots. Everything else more or less got sold, or I'm sitting around till I have more symbol silver to gamble and see if I can snipe some speed secondaries or whatever on them. So what I've realized from doing this run is a few things. One of which is that the 6-star drop rate is actually not as bad as I thought. I thought the 6-star drop rate was going to be like 1 in 5, but it's really closer to like 1 in 3. Again, the data is small, but this is what I have. It seems about average for, you know, what most of my runs have been. I've done a lot of Dragon over the time. And the other thing I'm realizing is as I've been focusing on Dragon quite a bit, I realize the base level of my gear is going up and up and up. Now I'm getting to the point where I'm no longer keeping rare pieces of gear almost at all. I'm selling basically all blue pieces of gear. If it's 5-star and blue, it's gone. Even speed boots, don't need them anymore. And so as you start to farm the dungeons more and more, your gear is going to become more and more ridiculous, which is going to help you farm the dungeons quicker, which is going to get you more silver, lets you do these runs more and more. And I think this little mini study, plus the combination of this study of the Dragon, plus going free to play, has really made me realize exactly how important grinding is, which makes me want to say, I think easily the most important thing to do in this game is farm dragon overnight if you're not farming Minotaur. So what I do here is I'm on Plarium Play now, but I actually do not use Plarium Play when I do my AFK farming. What I use is I use a program called BlueStacks, and I'll tell you what, I'll put the card right up here so you can click on this right up here if you want to see it. You know, it's a guide on how to use this. But I use a program called BlueStacks, which what it does is it allows me to play on the computer. I'll show you here. It's basically an emulator, and I can use a macro recorder, which is all built into it. You don't need to download anything but BlueStacks, and BlueStacks is all legit. It's not a scam or anything. Everyone uses it. It's just an Android emulator, so you can log into, like, you know, any game you want that you can play on, like, a Google phone, right? So you can log into your Plarium Play thing here. I'm gonna open up. I'm editing, so I'll let you guys just see my background here. I'll show you my monitor. It's kind of cool here. Zoom on in on this and check this out. Okay, pow, there's me, good old me, right? And this is my BlueStack. So what I do here is I got my BlueStacks. I launch my BlueStacks like this. And then there's this macro recorder right over here on the right side. You see this thing here? It's got this little, like, clipboard with a play button. You click on that and you record your macro on this, and then you just click, 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 and it goes all night long. You just click record new macro, you click right where the play button is, and you click play, and it does that all night long. This is how I did it with the dragon, basically. I just ran that macro. BlueStacks all night long, and easy, logged back in, and that's how I got all those rewards, and that's how I was able to pull this data. So 134 runs is what I was able to run, and I crunched that down into percentages. But what I think I'm going to do is do a bigger study on this, and this is going to end up being kind of a test to see if you guys like this type of thing. I could end up doing like a full 10-minute video on just graphs for everything, for rarity, primaries, you know, defense, defense primaries, HP primaries, you know, crit rate, crit damage on gloves, boots, all that type of stuff. If you guys are interested in the infograph thing, this is more a test at that. Also, a couple people have asked me to go over the special offers here real quick, so I want to cover that in this as well. So let's go over it real quick. These Divine Speed ones, I used to buy these right back when I was like super new at the game, just because I needed, or I say need, but I wanted to well out and get decent Divine Speed gear right in the beginning. I still use a large portion of these, so these are okay if you have just chunks of cash to throw. But the best one's probably this one. 35 bucks, you get 1250 gems, 9 ancients, 3 voids, 12 marine energies, some silver. It's not a bad pack. If you buy them both, I don't blame you. And then this one's not a bad pack either. However, I am sticking to my 30-day no expenditure. We have another 14, 15 days, something like that, to go till the 7th of March. And then your boy is back to spending, though. Farming Dragon's making me realize you don't really need to spend that much. You just got to do a lot of effort, a lot of farming. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just buying lots of experience packs instead, and just get the energy and the double XP and all that jet, you know, like the $50 XP packs, and just do a ton of this dragon farming, because my gear is getting better and better. And I have a clan boss team that I'm working on that's not even based around counterattack, that I'm getting some help from Murder Inc. to build out a team. So that's why I've been farming. I need the silver to build out the teams. Okay, guys, thank you very much for sitting through this video. I love y'all. Make sure to hit the sub button, so that way you guys get to see the next one, and, you know, I get to, you know, make ad revenue and